Welcome back to Crypto Shockwave, the channel where we break down the biggest stories in the XRP world and give you the analysis that actually matters for your portfolio. Donald Trump just posted about XRP twice in 1 week, and the mainstream media is completely ignoring what he actually said. While XRP trades near $1.20, the most powerful man in the world just backed the exact legislation for XRP, the one that could send institutional money flooding in. And that is only the first piece of today's story. Nobody rings a bell at the bottom, but sometimes the President of the United States rings it for you. Here's the second number that stops everything. Shorts are outnumbering longs 9-1 on XRP right now. 9-1. The last time this happened in crypto history, the asset in question saw a 300% move inside 60 days. And today, we are going to show you exactly why the setup is even more powerful this time. Stop right there. Because most people looked at XRP dropping to $1.20 and assumed the worst. But what the data is showing underneath that price action is something completely different, something that changes the entire picture. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why Trump posting about XRP, combined with CME going 24/7 and shorts stacking 9-1, is not three separate stories. It is one story, and it is building towards something historic. Let us start with what Trump actually said. On June 1st, Trump posted on Truth Social about the Clarity Act. He called it essential for an unrestricted future for crypto. He said it would prevent future administrations from dismantling the policies supporting crypto growth. And he confirmed he will sign it immediately upon Senate passage. This is the second Truth Social post about digital asset regulation this week alone. Why does this matter so much? Because on May 14th, the Senate Banking Committee advanced the Clarity Act with a 15-9 bipartisan vote. It is now formally placed on the Senate legislative calendar under general orders. That means it is eligible for a full Senate floor vote. The White House timeline is clear. Senate floor vote in June, House passage by July 4th. Follow the money, not the headlines. And when you follow where institutional money is pointed right now, it is pointed directly at XRP. But wait. Because here is where the story gets even more important. And this is the piece that most analysts are completely missing. On May 29th, the CME Group, the world's largest derivatives exchange, launched 24/7 XRP futures trading. Round the clock. No closing bell. No weekend gap. No Monday morning price dislocation. For the first time in history, regulated XRP derivatives are available at any hour, any day. No exceptions. Think about what that means for a pension fund, or a sovereign wealth manager, or a hedge fund running a 24-hour operation in London or Singapore. They can now access regulated XRP exposure at 3 in the morning on a Saturday. That has never been possible before. Smart money buys in the dark while retail sells in headlines. And right now, the CME just turned on the lights for institutional money to move in at any hour they choose. And there is more. CME reported 46% year-on-year increase in crypto derivatives volume in 2026 alone. That is not a small number. That is institutional participation growing at almost double the pace of the previous year. But wait, before you get too excited, let me show you what the bears are saying, because they are not entirely wrong. And if you ignore this part, you could make the wrong decision. The bear case is real. XRP broke below the key $1.30 support on June 1st. On volume of 96 million, a decisive move by sellers. All major moving averages are pointing downward. The 7-day, the 14-day, the 30-day, all bearish. And whale accumulation has dropped to its lowest level since 2021. The bears have a genuine case. Here is how you reframe it. The RSI has dropped to 27.55. That is firmly in oversold territory. The stochastic oscillator is also deep in oversold territory. These are exactly the technical conditions where short-term bounces happen historically, and this time, the bounce has a trigger waiting for it. Gradual, then sudden. That is how these moves work. The compression builds quietly. Then one catalyst releases it all at once. Now let us talk about the short squeeze, because this is the single most important number in today's entire story. Shorts outnumbering longs by 9-1. That means for every trader betting XRP goes up, there are 9 traders betting it goes down. What happens when those 9 traders are wrong? They are forced to buy. All of them. At the same time, buying XRP to cover their short positions, driving the price up, which forces more shorts to cover, which drives the price even higher. This is called a short squeeze, and the current setup is one of the most extreme in XRP history. The last time shorts stacked this heavily against XRP, the asset moved 300% inside 60 days. Current short liquidation leverage sitting at $227 million. If this squeeze triggers, the move will be violent and fast. And what is the trigger? Three catalysts sitting right in front of us. Number 1, Clarity Act Senate floor vote in June. Number 2, Trump signing the bill by July 4th. Number 3, CME 24/7 institutional access now live and ready. Capital rotates from one opportunity to another. Right now, capital is leaving Bitcoin, leaving Ethereum, and a portion is rotating directly into XRP ETFs. $25.8 million on Monday alone, while Bitcoin and Ethereum bled. That is not random. That is institutional positioning. And here's the number that ties everything together. The SEC and CFTC jointly classified XRP as a digital commodity on March 17th. That classification is now legally locked in. The Clarity Act would codify it into federal law permanently. No future administration could reverse it. Ever. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. And right now, the value of regulatory certainty for XRP is being built in Washington, while the price sits at $1.20. History tells us that gap does not stay open forever. And there is one more piece that most people completely missed this week. On June 8th, the NASDAQ CME Crypto Index Futures launch. XRP is included in the basket. This is a market cap weighted futures product covering 7 major digital assets. Pension funds and institutional managers who cannot buy individual assets can now get XRP exposure through this index. This is the backdoor that institutional money needed, and it opens in 5 days. Let us also talk about what the SEC and CFTC already did on March 17th. They jointly classified XRP as a digital commodity, not a security, a commodity. That classification is already locked in. What the Clarity Act does is codify that classification into permanent federal law. No future SEC chair can reverse it. No future administration can challenge it. It becomes the law of the land, forever. That is what Trump is backing. That is what the Senate is about to vote on. And that is exactly why institutions are quietly positioning right now, while retail is selling in panic. So what are the 3 signals you need to watch right now? The train does not wait, and the Clarity Act train is already moving fast down the track. The question is whether you are on it. Signal 1. Watch the Clarity Act Senate floor vote date announcement. When Senate leadership schedules the actual floor debate, XRP will react immediately. Polymarket currently prices passage probability at 62%. Signal 2. Watch the short liquidation level at $1.45. That is the neckline. A daily close above $1.45 with strong volume triggers the cascade of short liquidations. That is where the squeeze begins. Signal 3. Watch CMEXRP futuresopeninterest.com. If institutional open interest climbs above $500 million, it signals that real institutional money is entering, not retail, not speculation, actual institutional positioning. Either Trump posting twice about XRP this week is a coincidence, or the president knows exactly when he is going to sign the Clarity Act. You decide. If you are not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications, because the next video we are dropping could be the most important one you ever watch. Stay wise, stay positioned. I will see you in the next one.